In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to create an epic Christmas wreath DIY with beautiful red ornaments. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you are here today because in this video we continue our Decorate With Me for my Christmas home tour 2022. I could not be more excited for you guys to see what we have in store for the home tour this year. And so far we have done 2 episodes, which has been the ball garland and then also my beautiful Christmas tree. If you have not seen those Decorate With Me episodes, I'm going to link them down below so you can catch up. But on our 3rd episode, I'm going to share with you how I make an epic, beautiful Christmas wreath DIY for my dining room window. Last year, I shared with you a beautiful wreath that was packed with crystals, but this year we're going in a more traditional way, and I could not be more excited for you guys to see how this beautiful wreath DIY is done. So if you are interested, please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing because you will not want to miss any of the Christmas DIYs still to come. And don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you are notified about every single update. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. All right, everyone, so for my dining room, I really want to make a statement not only with a tablescape, but I want to have a beautiful focal point on my window. The reason being, when you first walk into the house, you see all the way to that window. So in one corner, I'll have the Christmas tree. On the other corner, I have the garland with the balls. And so this one is going to be like the 3rd item that you see, because you know I like to work in sets of 3s, 2s, and 1s, especially when it comes down to my decorating. But I'll explain a lot more about that on our home tour. And I just want to let you know that I am super excited to share with you all of these ideas in hopes to inspire you to create beauty in your home this year. We're focusing on accenting our home and what we already have versus having to replace everything brand new. All right, so what I did is I went to Walmart and I got some of these LED lights, and we're gonna add a lot of ornaments, a lot of lights, and a lot of garlands to this. It's gonna be absolutely spectacular because I really wanted to make a statement. But I wanna tell you a story real quick. So what I'm going to do is I have my hook right here. That is what's gonna hang to the wall. And then I'm gonna start right there, and I'm gonna start on the back. And like I said, I wanna add as many lights as possible. So I'm gonna add probably about 200 because this is gonna have some garlands, and so it's gonna cover some of those lights. But what I was gonna tell you is, so I went to Walmart to get lights, and it's not anywhere near here, and so I drove all the way home just to find out that the lights that I had purchased were the twinkling lights. And I was like, oh my gosh, the lights went up this year. But it's not that they went up, it's just that they were twinkle lights, and I didn't want those because I didn't want to give somebody a stroke while we're having dinner. It's okay, twinkle lights are fine if you just put them in a tree to make a dance, but not like if you have like 200 of them going on a wreath. Well, that's not a good look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tie all of this. I'm gonna add all of these lights and I'll be right back. So keep watching, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, so I added 100 lights to my wreath, and then after you add your lights, you want to go ahead and re-fluff your wreath a little bit because we're going to attach some of the items. So you don't want it to be as flat, and then also what that's going to do is ensure that the lights go in where they need to be. And I am going to add another 100 or 50, I'm not sure which we're going to do, 50 or 100, but I'm going to do that at the end because I'm going to be covering some of this garland. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of these beautiful garland to it, and let me take those tags off as well. And I just want to take a second to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this series. I've had so much fun sharing with you towards the home tour, which is coming very, very soon. And well, I really do hope that you are getting some ideas and some inspiration. We've shared so much this year that I really do hope that you are going to be inspired. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do kind of like half a moon like this because there's going to be some ornaments and ribbons on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 of my bristles. I'm going to introduce right there. Then I'm going to grab 2 of my bristles right here. I'm going to split my garland, and then I'm going to attach with my bristles. This is a heavy garland, so I have to make sure that I really twist and spin that garland like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do all the way down. So let me finish that and I'll be right back. Okay, so the next garland I'm going to attach is going to be this beautiful garland with berries in it. And the reason why I wanted to add some berries is because there's going to be a large bouquet with all these berries in the room on my server. So I wanted to make sure that I include the berries all throughout. You know what, this is really hard to get out of this. You guys, prepping is everything. Sometimes it's just so hard, but anyway, so there's going to be berries in the room, and then also what I'm trying to do is have a really cohesive look. So you have to have the same elements all throughout the house in order to have that cohesive look. So let me get these tags off of this real quick, and then also this one right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start once again right here, and the easiest way to do is if you just go ahead and attach it like this. Just go through here and do one point attach, and see how that's just adding layers. Now I want to explain, and I explained this to you when I shared the video on shopping for Christmas trees, is that this particular wreath right here is just for designing. It's called a basic wreath, basic garland, or basic Christmas tree. So when they're all just made out of bristles, what that means is that it's just for design. So you have to use it to just add all of this beauty to it, and it's not to be just used as a wreath. A lot of people use that as a wreath, but basically what it is just a base for all of this beauty, as you guys can see. All right, so now I'm going to fluff this real quick, and I'll be right back with another step. All right, so the last garland I'm going to use is going to be this beautiful magnolia garland. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing. The reason why I wanted to do this is because there's another element in the room that is gonna have the exact same garland. So I'm trying to incorporate as much of the same elements as I can. And if you fluff your garlands first, then it'll be much easier, because this one I added without fluffing, you guys. And let me tell you, it was a lot of fluffing. But so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce this magnolia garland all the way to the bottom, and as you guys can see, my wreath is getting a lot of girth and a lot of state. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add this garland, and I'll be right back to start doing the top, which is what's gonna be a lot of fun. Keep watching. Okay, so now this is what the wreath is looking like, and as you guys can see, it's getting a lot bigger than what it was, and that's good because I really want to cover most of that window. Like I said, I wanted to make a gorgeous statement. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to proceed to make my bows, and for that I have pre-cut my ribbons, and we're using the exact same ribbon that I'm using on the Christmas tree because I want them to tie together. And there's also another element in the room that is going to tie together with all this beautiful ribbon. Now this ribbon is cut because it is the same ribbon that I used in my mom's home tour. You guys remember my mom's home tour? I decorated her stairway, I decorated the top of her cabinet. It was just absolutely beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do loops. So actually I'm going to leave the longest one. I'm going to do just loops. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab right here, and actually let me get my wires. I'm always preaching about having your materials at the ready. So let me just have it right there because I don't want to preach and not partake in. I hope that you guys are enjoying these videos. Let me tell you, this holiday season has been so much fun, and you guys have been so gracious and generous with your comments, and I really do appreciate every single comment you guys have left the channel because it really helps out, and I do it for you. So I really appreciate when you guys leave those comments. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab this right here, and then we're gonna give it a fluff. This ribbon is getting a little tired. I think this is going to be the last time we use it. But I'm preaching about using what you have, so therefore I want to just go ahead and use the same things I already have. So I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this bow right here, and we'll fluff, and it's going to look still good. And you know, the ribbon has a lifetime. So I want to say a few years, because especially this particular one, when you crinkle it on the back, it has this lame. So the lame kind of gets destroyed, and after that, it's just not the same. It looks beautiful on this side, but that's the downfall with lame ribbons. Once you twist them, they never come back out. I mean, you cannot iron it out, you cannot do anything about it. But I think this will be the last year this ribbon it's being used, and we're going to retire it. Unfortunately, I still have like 2 bolts of it, brand new bolts, but you know, I don't like to use materials that I cannot use multiple times. All right, so I'm going to attach another bow right here, right in the middle. So just grab a bristle and use your wire that you tied it with and just attach right there. And then I'm gonna leave this tail hanging down. I want them to be right here in the middle, like that. And I wanna do probably 2 more and then one on the center. So I'm gonna finish these bows. I'm sure you guys kinda get the idea, and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, so I've added 4 of the bows, and as you guys can see are separate because I want that bow to really take kind of half of the wreath, and then we're gonna add an accent ribbon at the end. But what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna bring all of my ornaments, and when I mean all of them, I mean all of them. Look at all these ornaments, you guys. So what we're going to do basically is what we did with the ornament garland. That if you guys have not seen that ornament garland, I don't know what you're waiting for, because it was so much fun. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm actually gonna get some of the longer wires out, and I'm going to probably grab about 5 or 6 because the short ones will just not do this time. You can find this wire on Amazon. It's a florist wire and it's a 22 gauge wire. So what we're going to do is we're gonna grab a large ornament, and then we're going to drive our wire through and twist it. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a medium one, and then I'm going to add a few of the little ones. As I was telling you, that ornament garland that I did for my entryway table, it was just so spectacular, and I really do recommend you go check it out. So we're gonna do a few of the smaller ones, and then I'm gonna do another medium one. So it's going to look like this, and I'm going to introduce, first of all, right here in the middle, I'm gonna start filling up, right? And you know that happens all the time, because when you pull, you basically pull that ornament out, but you can put a little dab of glue if you like. I'm not going to for this occasion. I'm gonna see if I can just put it back in. No, it got really tight, but it's okay. You know, I have so many that I have to glue already. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a few more of this right here. So let me show you one more. Here's another trick. Like the first one in the middle one is fine because it then goes down, but what you really need to do is you're gonna put your wire through, and then you're gonna give yourself probably about 8 inches. So I'm gonna do a medium one. Remember to do a large one, a medium one, and then you alternate. Oh, that's the one without the cap. You alternate the few ones that are smaller one that also fell out. No problem. You know what? I'm gonna take the little cap off so that I can glue it. This is part of the decorating world, you guys. Sometimes it takes longer because your tools are not cooperating, and so it's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce, I need my glasses, 3 of the small ones, and then I'm gonna add another one of these medium-sized ones. So basically you have a cluster like this. So now what you need to do is grab your 2 wires without pulling too much, because you don't want what just happened to me to happen to you. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab a bristle on my left and just twist that on my bristle until I attach. And then I'm going to attach the one in the back. Remember, don't pull too hard unless you want it to lose all your ornaments from the cap. And look how pretty that is. See how fun that is? We're gonna fluff all of our bows as we go. So I'm gonna add another one right here, and I'll be right back. Keep watching. All right, everyone. So now that you've done with your clusters, what you're going to do is you're gonna attach some individuals, and I like to use some of the large ones as individuals, and that's just to start to fill in all the way throughout my perimeter. And then what we're going to do after you do a lot of individuals, and make sure that they go all the way down. So I'm gonna make sure that, you know, it ends at the cap right here because I want it to be very prominent. So once again, just grab a wire and put it through kind of halfway. You give it one twist, and then I'm going to start, I'm gonna put it probably right here. So just grab a bristle all the way through the back. You have to go through all of this, that's fine. And you find the bristle. Sometimes you have to use both of your hands, and you attach your ornament to that bristle with a wire. And look at that, that is not going anywhere. Like that. And so now I'm going to attach a glittery one over on this side. How fun is this? This is gonna look so beautiful in the dining room. I cannot wait for you guys to see what the dining room looks like. It's looking fit for a queen. My mother, I cannot wait for my mom and my grandma to come and see it. I told them I was not gonna show them until it was all done. So I think one of these days I'm gonna go fetch him for breakfast and have breakfast here at the house. All right, so I'm gonna attach this last one right here. And at this point, like, I cannot find a bristle there. I found one. You guys, did you know that I used to decorate people's homes for 15 years? We used to go do all of this at people's homes, and it was just so much fun. It was one of my favorite jobs. So that's where I learned some of these techniques. All right, so now I'm gonna do a few individuals and fill all of this up, all of these gaps. I'll be right back with you. Let me finish this real quick and I'll be right back. Are you guys learning a few tricks on how to create an epic Christmas wreath DIY? I hope you are. Right now, I just want to take a second to invite you to come and join me on my Instagram for daily Insta stories, behind the scenes, and all of the things you don't get to see here on my YouTube channel. The links to all of my social medias are down below, along with my Etsy shop, in case you decide to check it out. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, everyone, so this is where we have our wreath, and there's only a few more elements that I'm going to add. Then we're gonna go hang it on the window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some plaid ribbon, because the theme for this year's Christmas is basically plaid, and we used it with all kinds of fabrics and patterns, and it just looks absolutely traditional. It's a traditional Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna give it probably about a 12-inch tail. And remember, we're gonna do single loops. So what I'm going to do is just gonna do a big loop like this. Then I'm gonna give it a twist, and then I'm gonna cut right here, like this, like that. Then I'm gonna grab one of my wires, and I'm going to just give it a big twist. And I'm going to introduce this ribbon right here, and I'm going to attach like that. I just want a whole bunch of these one single loop bows, because it is the theme for this year, and I love this plaid. It just reminds me of Christmas, and just a touch of it really goes a long way. This year we have it on our pillows, we have it on our, where else is it, on our napkins. It's all over the place, and you guys will get to see all of that on our home tour. All right, so once again, I'm just gonna grab my wire, and I'm going to introduce between the ornaments to kind of fill in. Just grab a bristle and then split them like that. And look at that, look how simple that is. Super striking. It really does make a difference, this plaid. And just make sure that you grab a ribbon that has a really good wire, because that really does help to stand. Look how beautiful that is. It just stays right there. You guys, ribbon can make or break your look on your Christmas. If you get very inexpensive ribbon, it's not going to hold up its shape like this one right here. And I want it to be really ribbony. So I'm going to go right here. Just gonna push all the way through and find the bristle right there and attach, and look at that. So I'm gonna continue going this way, and I'll be right back with you. I think we just have one last step, and then we're gonna hang this on the window, so keep watching. Okay, so we're done with the ribbon, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna open up some of these beautiful picks that we used on our bowl garland as well. These are absolutely fabulous, and they're super easy to use. All you have to do is grab a knife and then just cut, not towards you, but make sure that you cut against you until you get rid of all of that paper like that. And then you have individual picks like this, and these ones we're gonna start fluffing a little bit like this, because you get more bang for your buck than if you add it flat like this. And so I'm gonna start adding these guys onto the garland like that, and look at that. That just adds a little extra sparkle on this. When the lights hit it, it's going to be so beautiful. And so basically what you want to do is just grab these picks and introduce like this. And these are also going to be all over that room. And no rhyme or reason, just go ahead and grab at this point, you know, you can just introduce. It's so tight in there. I was gonna add more lights, but I don't think I'll be able to, which is fine. I think it has plenty of lights, and this is just an accent in the room anyway, so I'm super excited for you guys to see. All right, so I'm gonna continue adding all of these guys. Look, that just adds a little bit more. And so I'm gonna finish this real quick and I'll take you guys into the dining room. Keep watching. As you guys can see, creating an epic and absolutely beautiful Christmas wreath DIY, it's super simple if you just follow these super easy steps. I cannot wait to read your comments, so leave me a comment down below and let me know what was your favorite part, and if this is something that you're willing to recreate, and what colors are you going to use. I had so much fun sharing these tips and ideas on how to create the most epic wreath DIY, and I really hope that you catch up with the other Decorate With Me episodes, the ball garland and the tree so far that I'm going to link down below, and stay tuned for the home tour coming soon. There's still a lot to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and as always, you can watch more videos right now. Until next time, bye.